Hi, I'm Phyllis from iSew and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm showing you my ugly looking quilt. I couldn't believe it was this ugly when I got it finished, but it used up an awful lot of scraps, and the most expensive thing for this quilt was my batting. So I guess it'll keep somebody nice and cozy. But I want to show you the back. I like the back. This is the back of it. It looks kind of pretty, and all the nice quilting on it. And I didn't do too badly with it, and I got it all bound. I used the white to bind it and put a label. The Ugly Quilt. Okay, that's my quilt. Now if I can get you over to my other table, I'll show you how I joined it. I found that joining it this way, I had better luck with it because I was having trouble. That hurt. I was having trouble joining the long strips the way I was doing it. And I showed you in my last quilt, or the last video on this quilt, how I was joining it. But I found this way, a much better way of joining it. So I have my 2 blocks quilted, and you can see how I joined my, or quilted it this way and this way, just a little distance from each block, around each block. It'll be quilted. Now how I joined it, was I joined my seam together, lining up my squares, and then I put my batting in it, and I hand stitched it down. This one I haven't got it done, but this is just a sample. So then I put this piece, this backing, over. Just ironed it flat out here. And then I folded this one out like this. And instead of pins, because I'm sewing it from the other side, so I just put a little Elmer's glue, and it'll all wash out. So then I turn it over this way, and I sew down here. I have to leave the top free so I can join my next piece on. So I can, they're just, with this sample, it's only a short distance, but I'll sew down here, out whatever distance I want. And then when I get that sewn in, I take this piece and pull it back and fold it in. And then I sew down here. And I'll show you with this. The other way. See, this is where this seam is that I sewed from the right side, and then this is this is the way I had it, straight out here, and I had this kind of glued down, and this tacked down here some way. You could baste it, but pins, you're sewing over the pins. You could hit a pin, so. And this is where I sewed it from the other side. And then you can see here, I fold this in like that, and I'll put a little bit on that. And you see, then I go right along the edge here. And that gives me my 2 rows of stitching on the right side. So the one side I sewed all the way down, and then I folded it in and stitched it from this side, and I could see where I was sewing. And it made a much nicer job of it. The way I was doing it, I could work it on the short runs when I was just going the distance of twice this distance. I had no problem with it, but when I got to doing the long runs, I had trouble. So this worked well for me. So if you want to see more ugly quilts or whatever, see what I'm sewing, be sure and subscribe to my channel and touch the bell, and you'll be notified when I put my next video out. And thanks for watching. Bye now.